I'll bring it up. I just wanted. Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Happy Saturday, everybody. Please welcome my very special guest, Mark the Spirit Whisperer. Hi, Mark. How are
Hi,
you?
Jean. Hi, everybody.
And
Thank you for being with us today.
greetings to the puppies in the room, Alaska and Buttercup, right?
Yep, they're both here. They're in their positions, ready for the readings. They always come and take. As soon as I come, they go, "Okay, here we go." They're very cute.
So, Mark was just telling me backstage, thank you, Gina M, for all your hard work, all your love, all uh, your dedication and your generosity of your spirit. And you're just absolutely the tops in my book. You're so sweet. She says, please use caps and emojis when you ask your questions. And I love that little, what is it called? Some kind of horn or something she has. I tell you, I have to go through all these emojis and try and find them. It's really cute. Thank you very very much, Tina. That was sweet. And I think Amy Sika here or Chechka has just a remark for you. You answered a
Oh,
question for me
yes.
concerning her new puppy Belle. She said you didn't see the chat, but wanted the
Oh,
names of my two previous dogs.
yeah.
Did Bucky or Sassy come back as Belle? Oh, okay. So this is a question. Oh, I thought you were just following up on
Yeah,
it.
the other
Well,
day on my show, like halfway through, the chat stopped coming up for me at all. And I don't know why that happened. I
I've
never
heard that.
ever happened before. And I kept wondering, well, am I still on? Because nobody was responding. I kept thinking, well, am I talking to anyone? But apparently they could hear me and everything. And they were all chatting and just going, but I couldn't see any of it. So that was very weird. But
I've heard
that's
that happen on other people's channels. Thank goodness it hasn't happened to me yet. But I also have my YouTube up, I
what,
just as a backup. I
oh,
don't know
yeah.
why.
So I
Yeah.
never ever had that before. I didn't know what was happening.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you need to check to go back into her this question in order to find out if either one of these dogs came back as her new dog Belle?
Well, we can look at it as a question when we get, if you want to, but I don't have to do it right now. I mean, we can do it.
Let let's uh let's let's wait then. We'll
Okay.
wait. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just also wanted to point out yesterday, Craig Dixon, you're the best. I tell you, it wouldn't be the same without you. And I love going on other channels and seeing Craig Dixon is very much loved on other channels as well. So
Hi, Greg.
you've got the right stuff going on there, Craig. You're so sweet, very social, and very kind and loving. We really appreciate your energy being here. And yesterday we were on with the Terry Suzuki and Terry Lee, and he was talking about Roy being Rock Hudson, and I didn't know that Rock Hudson that wasn't his real name.
Right.
So we just spontaneously, I said, let's get a message from Rock Hudson. And we did, and he was really very gracious, and you'll have to go back and watch that. It was on Terry Pure Visionary Terry Lee's channel, and also on my channel. I did simulcasting.
Okay, I'll go look at it.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. I just, he was talking about the visitation, and I said, let's just get a message from him. Yeah, so that was I had no idea. I said, you just burst my bubble. I had no idea that wasn't his name. Oh, thanks. Oh, okay. So let me see. We have plenty. Oh, Tarot Stash is here. Hey, Gerald, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of early for you. Hope
Yeah.
everything is well. He's a busy man, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
He has a great show and a great channel. If anybody hasn't gone over and check out Tarot Stash, that's a wonderful channel and informative and entertaining. I love it. Such a beautiful combination. We have plenty to get started with here, Mark. So, are you ready?
Yep.
And
I'm ready.
thank you to everybody ahead of time for putting in your questions. And questions are chosen at random. I'd like to try and give everybody a chance. So, visual thinker, I think it's Sandy. She says, please ask my Native American guides, how can I serve as a bridge for humanity and the sky people?
People.
Oh, interesting. I think that sky people is what Native Americans would call the um, extraterrestrial or off planet beings, correct?
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Oh, okay. So let's see.
Let's see. So, ask my Native American guides how I can serve as a bridge for humanity and sky people.
That's a big one to start with. So it might take a second.
Yeah.
They're saying that you're already doing it. They're saying that you are in connection with the craft in the sky, and they're saying that you also have a galactic council that is advising you or guiding you, and all they ask is to help to reduce the fear around the subject, like almost normalize it and help it make it every day, and share it openly and take the like the fear out of it. That's just basically what they're saying. How about you, Mark?
Well, I'm kind of hearing that they've been working on it already. The sky people, and for some time, and they've been kind of preparing Earthlings for this for a while, through different means, like on the inner planes, um, in dream states, just visiting humans, people having interactions with them, even though other people don't want to believe them or whatever. So it's been work. They've been working on it to try to bridge it for some time. They're saying, and just there's not so much physical for you to do other than keep your mind open and your heart open to it, because it's going to happen. Um, I'm hearing them say, I'm just kind of, it's like I'm getting more information from the sky people, really, just saying that we're making ourselves known in a bigger way. And we've been preparing humanity for a while. So that's part of the consciousness raising. And if you look around, a lot of people are kind of ready for it. People like my age and younger have kind of their whole life have heard about it, because they actually found them in the 40s, if not sooner, but they actually found aliens, you know Americans in other parts of the world. They found them. They've actually been in communication with them since, like, as long as I've been around. So I just feel like that's just increased the consciousness more and more and more, even though they tried to hide it and hide it and hide it. The energy's here. So we've all been kind of raised on it a little bit. So there's a lot more people that are ready for it than the fear mongers would like to believe. There will be those that are be really afraid, but they're kind of really afraid of everything. Um, so I agree with Jean, just as much as possible to kind of talk down the fear part, and just remember that they all come from source. We're all one. Um, it's just a different expression of source, but we're all interconnected. And um, I believe they're here for a good purpose. But again, there's free will choice whether you're in space or here. And you can be the way you want to be. So that means there could be a sky person, peoples who want to be scary or something like that. And then there's others that don't. So careful about what you believe, because what you believe is what you receive. So if you're going around all the time, oh no, aliens are going to come and kill me. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid. You're probably going to have a scary experience. If you think this is going to be a different adventure and something I have never seen before, I'm kind of excited to see how it all is going to pan out. It'll be more of an adventure. There'll be emotional reactions and things, but you're kind of going along with the natural progression of things, because I feel like this is this is meant to happen. And it's going to happen, you know?
Yep, yep. And let me just pop this up. Bias and on the fence. Shane is saying, "Hi, everybody. Yes, Sandy, you are already doing it. See, Sandy.
Right.
So that's lovely. Thank you very much, Shane. It's so nice to see you here. And what I'm getting is, as Mark was talking, is that the Native Americans were actually alien to the Europeans, and they were fearful of the Native Americans because they were different. And they're saying, just like we were a threat to the Europeans or to the, early, conquerors or explorers, whatever you want to call them, that this is the same. So they're saying that it's not, that we need to be more accepting and inclusive and have more unity consciousness as humanity as a whole before we can open up, not before, but in order to open up and fully understand that we are aliens to the others who are living on other planets. So we're all just one. We all come from one source, like Mark and Pan said. So, but thank you,
Right. And, you
Andy.
know, human consciousness already knows this because we've interacted with sky people before. Native Americans, they have a long history of when sky people and the native people interacted, and they visited here before. And so lots of indigenous peoples had the experience already. So humanity's already experienced it. It's back in it's cellularly, it's in our makeup. We already know it. So that's why for some of us it seems like, well, it don't seem that odd to me. But it's like it's a return, really, more so than a first visit. Um, and so on some level, we already know that, so it's a natural thing, like the native people talked to them and communicated with them before. It's true what we think about things like pyramids and stuff like that. It was influenced by people from the sky. A lot of that stuff. They came here, they've lived here before. So I drew a card, home sweet home.
Wow.
This is their home too, in a way. They know this place.
Wow.
Um, they're familiar with it. Um, that card seems to say it all. They're part of the white light. They're white light beings. They're here. They've been on the earth. They've been working with the earth all the time, I feel like, sometimes more apparent and sometimes in the background. So they're coming back to the foreground again. But I love this white card, came up right after Home Sweet Home. But they're part of Source, the light. And their purpose is to prevent chaos. So we got chaos, but upside down. And so their return here is in an effort to make there be less chaos.
Wow.
They're here to assist us through this upside down time that we're going through, because they're, and then I get the link. These cards, I just do Andrea's cards, which I haven't in a long time. And I got goosebumps all over me because I don't know if I could have got 4 better cards about the relationship, and this linking. We're linked. We've been linked. They're part of our genetic, dare I say, code. There's all those stories of the gods breeding, like, mythology and stuff. with Earthlings, it's about this, you guys, that they helped in our genetic makeup. They helped us develop, it's like bringing that higher power and that higher consciousness into this earthly kind of dense environment. So I feel like they've been here forever. They're a part of us. It's linked. We're all linked together. So I love that. And I agree. There wasn't a lot, like they weren't saying, well, here, do this, this, and this, visual thinker, because you're already on track. There's not something like a kind of a job to do, because it's kind of set in motion. And just the fact that you're in it and you know it and you're supporting it, that's almost enough, kind of.
Wow. Wow. That was really cool. Really cool. Excellent question. Thank you all very much. That was interesting.
I
Okay.
love those cards. That was just okay. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. I mean, we could go on. Okay, so I have here Linnea, and she says, "May I have a message from my dog Pepper who passed?" Linnea.
Linnea, your little dog Pepper. Has Pepper been gone for a while? Let me see. Feels like a little while. Hi, Pepper. Are you still here, Linnea?
She said about 8 years.
Okay, yeah. It's taken the little Pepper a minute to get here. It's like, I hear you calling. I'm coming. Do you have another dog now, Linnea? I feel like Pepper. I don't know, but I'm kind of feeling. Let me do some cards.
I know this sounds it sounds obvious, but was he gray? And that's what you would call Pepper, like black and white, but a gray dog with he had like a little bit of a beard or a little bit of a whiteness around his muzzle. I'm just seeing a dog who was very, very playful and like quite rambunctious and like to try and get away with doing things. Like he would steal your socks or he would try and slip out the door. He was always trying to like one up you or, always getting into a little bit, a little mischievous, I guess. But he also had another side where he just loved to share your energy and chill with you. But he does seem like he was by your side. I'm not sure if you had children or if there was other kids around him that would get him rambunctious. When at times, like he loved to be one of the kids, but when he was with you one on one, he would be very calm and sort of just lay at your feet if you were in the kitchen or wherever you were. He was in the same room with you. He just wants you to know that. He's made it to the other side for sure, and he's with loved ones. And he's saying that there's lots of sunshine and open fields for him to run. And he's almost showing me like his ears were flapping in the wind when he's running. So he'd like to run full blast, like that really, I guess, like tearing, when you run. He's just showing me that he can run as fast as he can on the other side in this open field. And he's really, really happy. but he's just one big ball of joy, and that's pretty much what I was getting. So how about you, Mark?
Um, yeah, I agree with all that. Um, but I feel like he's not in heaven now currently because I got like you know like right when I was contacting, he's going, yeah, I'm coming, but I'm not there. I have to get there or something, or send my consciousness. I feel like he's back on Earth. This is the purpose. Here I am. Follow your path. Purpose. Um, so I'm wondering.
You did see that she said yes, she has another dog, Brindle, and 3 cats.
Right. I'm wondering if he's already back with you, Linnea. But he might not be the dog. That's why I'm a little bit hesitant here about
Wow.
who are you. Um, let me just pull a couple more cards and be clear cards, please. I don't know. I feel like you would have thought about him or recognized him or her. Pepper could be a girl, um, in one of these guys that you have. Um, I feel like he was up there for a while and everything, and it was nice, and he was like really fulfilling, and um, it was great. But then it sort of get this leading step out in front. It feels like he wanted to come back. So I know you're going to be saying, well, which one is it? But he's saying, you can tell who I am because I've shown you that you've thought about me before. My first thought would be it's the dog because he wanted me to say, ask her about the dog that she has now. When I said, do you have a dog now? Okay. But then it's not like, so he says that would make sense with one of the cats. So see, that's what I would trust more. It's because he's saying you would sense it. You already think it or have thought it before. And that's what's going on. So because he feels like he's still with you. Now, they will quite often change form. Particularly like say you were in a position where it was easier to have a cat or something like that. So they'll try to fit your, what's going to suit you best. Um, so I feel like Pepper's trying to tell me that he's back with you already, or she, because we're better together. This is the cooperation, better together. It shows two doing the same thing. So this is a card I get a lot of times when they wanted to return with their old buddy, and because your energy is better with his energy is better with yours. Every time I say his, I wonder if it's actually a female. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna say. And it's the kitty cat probably that you're thinking it is, because he's saying, Pepper's saying, yeah, I've given you like clues, or you've had this thought. So he's saying, trust that thought.
Wow. I got that she knew it as well as you were saying that. I got that she already knew which one, and that's really neat. So she said, "We are better together.
Oh,
Thank you. It was a male." Okay.
okay.
Wow.
But
Wow. Good.
is the kitty cat a female that you're thinking about? Anyway, that doesn't matter. Sometimes that's just a little bit like, why does he keep going male, female, female?
Mm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think that's what the reason you probably asked us this today.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Linnea. Very much. That was really an interesting question. Okay, so let's move on to Andy. And Andy says, I think my father who passed is trying to talk to me. What is he trying to tell me? Do you have your dad's first name? I do. I choose these because they have caps and emojis, but I don't read all the way through them until I pop them up.
Right.
So, Andy, if you could just give us your dad's first name, we'll go ahead and get started. Wayne. His first name is Wayne. That's a really nice name.
Thanks, Andy. Wayne.
So I'm getting that he wants to be in conversation with you. He wants to open up that connection. And the more that we talk to our loved ones on the other side and pull them in closer, the more helpful and more guidance that they can give us, because we'll be aware of like this, the sensation or the what it feels like and what it sounds like and what a guidance from the other side may feel like. I just keep saying feel. And he's saying that he wants you to be in conversation with him so that he can help guide you. And he's almost like saying through these turbulent times, I feel as though more and more of our loved ones are coming in closer to be in help us guide us through this through the near future. And he feels that you're opening up to them, like, whenever you think about them, they get like a you know how you get a text on your phone and you get a ding? Every time you start thinking about your dad, he gets, like, a text on his phone to help connect to that, and it strengthens that connection, and it strengthens your awareness. Let me see what else. What is there a specific message, Wayne? I see like bees and butterflies. I see winged creatures. It's making me think of pollinators as well. He said he's whispering in the wind. He said, try not to think of me talking to you like your language. He said, think of me talking to you through your heart. That if you get an inspiration or if you get a feeling or if you get um, just a whim, he's like, that's me. He said, if you get like a gut feeling or if you get, he's like, just trust yourself. He said, I'm going to be talking to you through your own body. He said, don't wait for words to come in. He said, don't look for answers up here in your logical mind. He said, feel here when you get inspiration or um, uh, just like a gut feeling. He said, this is me. This is the way I can easily influence or guide you. But you, Mark.
Oh, she says, I'm clairaudient and always expect to hear a voice. Yeah. Yeah, right. Well, I think he watches over you. Okay. This is a little bit different. But anyway, so he watches over you. You're his good girl. He loves you. And there's like a little angel going, oh, there's my good girl. And, you know, because I think you are a female, I believe. It's always like, I don't really know you, Andy, but I think you are. And he's sending that, like he watches over you too. Like, you know, he's always has his eye on you. Let's say it like that. I don't feel like he's been gone a super long time. He's a little concerned that sometimes your thoughts or your mind can kind of work against you a little bit, or I don't know if something's been going on right now that's kind of taking it out of you, or it kind of brings worry or um, upset or something like that. Um, I'm getting the devil, but this talks about a lot of times talks about moderation, but that can be about moderating thoughts. So I feel like he thinks you're sometimes you go into sadness or more than he thinks is good for you. So let's put it like that. He would like you to be more moderate with your emotions, I'm going to say. Yeah. And so like that. Oh yeah, I understand that, Andy. And so that doesn't help. So try not to be in that worry state. This is like the mind when it's I'm worry, 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 worry. And we all do it, from time to time. But he's kind of talking about that. And he doesn't want you to kind of keep your mind focused on that. There's the three of swords, darkness, the devil. So it's like, let that go, toss that away. Don't, uh, you know, stop the madness. Stop the worry thoughts. This is a message for all of us, you guys. Just not, if you find yourself kind of stewing in worry and fear, stop that, because you have everything you need right there at your fingertips, Nine of Cups, and that you're full and you're, well, he wants to say you're perfect just as you are. This Nine of Cups is like having all you need, not really needing more. So he says, trust that you are enough. You have what you need. Everything's going the way it should. And that he's right there watching you all the time. So don't think he's not. Even if you don't hear the words, he's still there watching you. So I don't know if you've been worried a little bit lately, more so than normal, or even if you've been thinking about dad and it's been sad or emotional, and you might get overcome with that from time to time. I can relate to that. He said, don't be sad or sorry, because it doesn't help. I feel like he's saying. I hope that makes sense, sweetie. That was very different. But I kept drawing cards and it just kept wanting to talk about that same message. So,
Yeah. Excellent, Mark. And I was right there with you, Mark. And when you held up the devil, I felt like he was saying, don't be tempted. That's temptation. And don't be tempted with all of the fear mongering and the drama out there. Like they're just trying to get clickbait or ratings, or to make sure you follow your own heart, your own that this is what he's saying by listen to yourself, to your own instincts, believe in yourself and believe in your own connections. There's a lot of other distraction out there that is just sort of amplifying and perpetuating drama. So it's real important to keep your focus, and yeah, that's what I was getting. But thank you very much, Andy. And Wayne is quite the guy for sure, and he is talking to you. That's
yeah,
great that you know that.
he feels really close to you, like,
Mm-hmm.
close around you. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So Jill has a question here, and it seems quite urgent. She said, "My dog Sunshine, which I love that name. Oh my gosh, was taken from me. Is there any way I can get her back?" She says, "I was on vacation, stopped at a truck stop to go to the bathroom. Oop, did I miss whatever happened? I'm sure she ran away. Let me see. I don't. I missed the last part. Oh,
Don't
sorry, Jill.
steal her.
I don't. I was on vacation, stopped at a truck stop to go to the bathroom. Did she run or did somebody take her? She said, Oh, I had the first part. Wait a
It
second.
was like she was taken from her.
Was taken from me. Is there any way I can get her back? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that would have just destroyed me, I'm afraid.
Let me know, Jill,
That's a
if I
horrible.
have that. Oh my gosh, that's awful. And her name is Sunshine. Let's see if I can use my pendulum and see what's going on here. Let me know if she ran or if somebody took her. I'm getting a no that she didn't run. How could somebody have taken her if you had the doors locked?
Yeah, it seems very, 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 very horrifying. Um, it feels just like stealing her.
Mm. I'm getting that she's safe. I'm getting that she's okay and being taken care of. Um, she is worried about you, just like you're worried about her. She's confused about what's going on. What are you getting, Mark? I'm not getting.
I don't feel really wonderfully positive about it. Feels like they just wanted it or something, just took it. Like, oh, this dog's just left in the car. Let's just go get it or rescue it or something like that. Um, like taking advantage of an opportunity. It feels very like not. I would not like the motivation behind it wasn't, you know, lovely or anything. I felt like it was like stealing the dog. Action, seize the day. It was like an opportunity and they just grabbed it. Um, I don't feel that great about getting Sunshine back. I hate to say that. But let me draw one more card about the possibility of Sunshine coming back. What a horrible story. I hate that. I don't think they hurt her or anything like that. I don't get anything like, we took the dog so we could hurt it or something. It was more like almost like I've always wanted a dog or something. And they like that particular breed or something like that.
I cannot even imagine.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
would be a horror beyond horrors. It's the separation from our pets and is difficult enough, let alone with a you know the invasion and the assault of having her taken from you is it's just horrible. So sorry, Jill. I'm
yeah.
just feeling your pain and your trauma.
Well, I don't know. I drew some cards on it, and I have this new sci-fi timing deck that I just got, and I've never ever used a timing deck before in my life. Well, I actually used it on my last show, but that was the first time. Um, So we'll see. But it's interesting that I got these two cards, and this deck is huge. It's got it's bigger than a normal. So I got unity is essential in the future. So that sounds like coming back. And then the second card I got was the long awaited release in a few days.
Wow. Was she chipped, Gail? Gail. Jill, was she chipped? Does she have a chip that they can find you? I don't know. Is that what you call it, Mark? Is it
Yeah.
when they were chipped?
Yeah, chip.
Those two cards are very hopeful for sure.
Yeah, I know. So that sounds much more positive. Did she say she was on vacation?
She just said she stopped at a truck stop. I'm not sure where she was going, but so Jill, let us know. Did Sunshine run? Was she taken out of the vehicle? I think that perhaps Jill is a little bit because she was responding to some earlier things that we were saying.
Yeah.
So I think that, I think it's YouTube is just a little bit behind, or I don't know. Sometimes that happens.
Well, you might be reunited because those cards seem to think so. And my pendulum's going slowly, yes. And that sounds like, I don't know, maybe Sunshine will get away somehow. That depends on kind of, I'm a little confused. Like if it's in your town, it makes a little more sense about it, like that she might get away and get back home. So I don't know. The cards were a lot more positive about it. And plus it was like both of those cards were like that we're still in the process of it, So I don't know. I felt a lot better after pulling those cards. So I would keep that possibility open. Don't close the door yet. Just keep that little light going, kind of like a light in the window, and keep the possibility that you'll be reunited.
I wanted to ask that with my pendulum as well, and getting that if you two are reunited, it may not be until like the middle of September. So, because I kept asking, it was saying no, 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 no until I got to the middle of September, and then it started moving. So,
yeah,
but
that's
hang in there.
So slow too.
Yeah, hang in there, Jill. Don't give up hope. And we're
right.
so sorry that happened. And I do feel like because I saw her making comments, and I feel like she's just behind.
Yeah.
You know how some people aren't watching the live.
Yeah.
So she'll probably start making comments in a little bit.
Yeah, as we go on, move on. Yeah, she said she was on vacation. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it seems possible, and in my experience, working with pets too, weirder things than that have happened, where pets have been reunited when you kind of feel like it's not very probable, but they do. I had a lady who was traveling across country in an RV, and her cat got out at a gas station, and she couldn't find it, and she had to leave, and she just thought, well, and it was in a different state and everything. And will I ever see it? And I kept thinking, yep, you will. Somehow you're going to be reunited. And then about 3 months later, she called me to say, I got my cat back.
Oh my gosh.
How's that even possible? It was so like, I remember even when Spirit was saying, yeah, I'm going, I don't see how that's possible. It just seems impossible. But you never know. So keep your mind, your heart open for the return.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's a reassuring story there, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Sherry Kirk she said, I just had a doctor's appointment. Dr. Robert Jones felt the need to tell me he's divorced. Is my husband Dennis up to something? Dennis is on the other side. He's a wonderful soul. and just had a funny feeling when he told me. Isn't that funny, Sherry Kirk?
So Dennis is her husband who's passed.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Is he trying to set you up with a doctor?
Oh my gosh, that's so unusual. This question is hadn't even considered it, Sherry. I thought I'd like to lighten the mood a little bit. So let's see what is felt the need to tell me he's divorced. Aw. Trust that feeling when Sherry says, "I just had a funny feeling when he told me." Trust that feeling.
Yeah.
These things mean a lot. Trust that feeling. Um, don't doubt because this is when spirit intervenes or interacts and it plays a part in our world. It's like did that really just happen? Did they really just say that? It's typically something that catches us a little off guard like that. So that the way you said, I just had a funny feeling. Trust that, and that funny feeling may have been Dennis uh, chuckling at the doctor, telling you that he's divorced. Um, but that is just so funny. Let me just see if I can tune into Dennis and see if he had any part in it. I think that you're a lovely, open, warm, kind, uh, gentle, lovely woman. And this doctor may have needed somebody just to share this with. I don't know. Can't tell. Let me see, Dennis. He just wants you to know that it's okay to keep your options open. He just wants you to know, he wants you to know it's almost like the doctor said it, and then Dennis pushed you on your shoulder and said, see, I told you, see, you still have it in you.
Right.
See, you still have it. You're still, and it's almost like Dennis was nudging you. And maybe I feel as though maybe Dennis may have, I don't know if he could influence or guide the doctor to open up. I think it's your warm, loving nature that allowed the doctor to open up. And you know, maybe he just was. I don't know. I can't get the doctor's motivation there, but I do feel as though the Dennis was kind of like saying, "I told you so. I told you so." And it may not be between you and the doctor, but it may just be between you and you. You thinking, "Oh, I'll never find anybody," but Dennis is saying, "Yes, you will. You're a lovely woman. You're a beautiful companion. There's so much. You have so much more to give, and you don't want to live the rest of your life." Without experiencing relationships and companionship. That's pretty much the way I was getting it. How about you, Mark?
Thank you, Karen Dole. You're so sweet. I love that you're here on the show watching us. I
Oh,
pretty much got word for word everything you just spewed out of your lips.
oh,
Uh,
really? Okay.
and a lot from him, from Dennis. Um, just that same thing. He doesn't want to see you alone and, sad and lonely, so to speak. Not that you are, but he's saying there's options out there. Um, you can still have, we get this home sweet home again, but talking about your house, you don't have to be alone at home. You can have it, go on with life, have another relationship. He seems to be all about it. He goes, there's plenty of fish in the sea. I get this blue card. At first I was going, what's that blue card? Then he goes, there's plenty of fish in the sea. And I think this was kind of like touching you on the shoulder, saying, look at here. You never know. There's people available. He was released by the court. It's upside down court. So, so there's people who are like your age. You think, well, they're already in a relationship. Well, no, here's one that's not in a relationship. He's had a divorce. Again, there's choices out there. Don't sit home alone. I'd rather you move forward with your life. That's what I would like. because the universe can just pull a rabbit right out of the hat just for you. And he's encouraging you in that way. Please don't hold off or believe there's not something else out there. I'm never ever getting married again. Yeah. Well, he's kind of saying, you never know. And don't be too sure. And there could be more coming for you. I love that. Me neither. I never considered. Yeah. But it was him. I really get that. He was kind of nudging you there. And that, look here. Here's a person. This is an available candidate. Not that you're ready to jump that guy's bones or anything, but it was more about there's options. You don't. There's more options than you are giving yourself. And maybe you won't get married again, but you might have a male companion, good friend, somebody you hang out with, a friend with benefits, something like that. But, again, hubby is all for it. He wants you to get the most out of your life, whatever that is. And he was kind of playing with you a little bit. Feels like he was a little bit funny and maybe a little jokester and a kidder in life. And so he's kind of going, look at there, like poking at you at the same time, because I know you're going, what's happening? Why is he telling me his personal life here in the doctor's office? And he's going, kind of like playing along with you. I love that. That was great.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with window shopping, Sonia says.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, Sherry. Well, all the best to you and to Dennis. We love connecting with you and Dennis, and you guys were such a beautiful couple together, and he is still with you. And trust those feelings that you get, that funny feeling that you get. And I just love it when you guys recognize when, the more you acknowledge it and thank it and say thanks for that little funny feeling, as the more they say, oh, she's listening now, let's get more in there. I just love it.
Yeah. I don't know how old you are or anything like that, but Dennis seems to be saying, well, you got more time. There's more time. You get it's going to be more time than you just sitting, twiddling your thumb. There's like more to do, I think. Yes,
She said
funny.
he was very funny. I will always love him.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, he knows that already, and that won't change that. But you have more to do here. He was ready to move on. You're not. So there's still more to do. So he just says, live it to the fullest. Don't hold back. Grab onto any opportunities that come your way, that kind of thing.
She said time, but no energy. Yeah.
Well, I have that too.
Well, thank you for your question, Sherry. That was quite interesting. So Amy Chechka wants to, let's see if we can follow up on her puppies. She said, you answered her question for me concerning her new puppy, Belle. You couldn't see the chat, but wanted the names of my two previous dogs. Did Bucky or Sassy come back as Belle?
So she got a new puppy, Belle. Just two doggies that passed, and she's wondering if one of them came back as Belle. Okay, so Bucky and Sassy. What cute little names. Well, let me see here. Because I get confused because we do a lot of readings in a row, but I feel like we said, yeah, Belle's there. She's probably one of those dogs. But and I think I said, what was their names? And then I could never get the response. Not because of you, but because my computer was being crazy.
May I just say, KL Martini, you wanted a message from your loved ones. If you could just let us know the name and the relation, like if it's your brother Joe or if it's your daughter Jane, or, just let us know the name and the relation. But I see you asking for a message there. Um, and you're new here, so I wanted to give you a chance. Amy Cheshka. Mark, you're the expert at this reincarnation, dogs coming back. But let me see
Right.
what my.
Yeah, I do. I still get that it is Belle. My first instinct is sassy. Then I did my pendulum, and of the two, sassy um, is the one I'm getting a yes on. Let me ask again. What about Bucky? And it goes no. Do you see Sassy being back as Belle, Mr. Pendulum? Then it stops and goes the other direction. So the pendulum is saying sassy. And before I picked up the pendulum, I heard sassy, so then I was double checking. Um, so that's where the attention's going. Like when I first looked at the two names, I go, I want to pick Bucky. But then it was like, no, because it's never really about what I want to pick. Oh, okay. So
What was.
that's who I'm feeling. But now they'll let you know, um, if you think about it and look at them, just sit there and talk to them and even ask them. I think you'll have a really good hit on one or the other. To me, and I don't know them or I haven't got to see them or anything, but it feels like it's sassy. What did you get? Anything?
I was getting like a circle. It wasn't very definitive for me. I couldn't get a definitive, but it sounded like that. She said when her husband, I guess the human dad of Sassy, passed. Oh no, yeah, the human dad. The same day you had to put her down on the same day that he died. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God. And that was sassy that you had to put down the same day that you're.
And I would say I mean, if anybody were to come back, yeah, definitely. And I feel as though our pets are the guardians of our soul. They're the guardians of our emotions. They're the guardians of our unconditional love. They are a reflection of our spiritual self in them. And this is that unconditional love, that connection that we can feel with our pets. And this connection is real with all of our loved ones on the other side, but they're here in this incarnation. It's just absolutely beautiful that we can feel this unconditional love, this very strong soul bond, that they come back lifetime after lifetime to help heal us and help to soothe our soul. It's just such a beautiful um, service that they provide.
Yeah, and I get that they did a crossing together, like that she went with him, but she was really connected to you, Amy. Um, and even though she kind of did that as assistance and assisting him, she loved him too. But she had a really strong connection with you, and she wanted to keep her eye on the ball. Endurance, and see, there's this woman back there, and so it was still about, well, but back on Earth, there's this other person that I'm still concerned with and looking at. So I'll just be creative and play my own song and come right back. Like, find my place, belonging, coming back with you. And, then also get allowing it to happen. Um, so I think she kind of did service for a dad, did that. And then was like, but wait a minute, Mom, and came back there. That's what I'm feeling like. And I do think it was, again, it feels like it was sassy.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
look,
That's
give me
amazing.
that creativity card because it's like they figure it out. Oh, I can get back in to his little four legs and be back with my person. Um, play your own song. I can do what I want. I can be there still for both my people in a creative fashion. So I don't know. I just keep hearing that. So sit with that.
There are infinite possibilities, everybody, infinite possibilities. So I
Right.
just want to pop this up. Teresa Ann Hanna says, our pets are our soulmates. Such an honor to have had them in our lives. Isn't that amazing? What if they are our spirit guides incarnated as our pets? And they're like, come on, human.
Yeah.
But just so beautiful. So beautiful. Well, thank you for that, Hannah or Teresa. And I appreciate that. So I did see that KL Martini said that she wants to connect with her sister Paulette. See if we can get a message from her sister Paulette. And thanks for being here, KL Martini. I'm not familiar with you, but I appreciate you coming over and jumping in. See if we can get. Do you have
Okay.
a question, Mark?
No, I just thinking or listening if Paulette's gonna come.
I'm picking up a female energy that's a little theatrical. Like she would do funny stunts to make you laugh, um, almost like pull her hair up and make it stick straight up and just to make you laugh, or the kind when you pull your ears and stick out your tongue and make you laugh, or she would do like funny stunts to make you laugh. Does this sound like the right energy there, KL? I feel as though there's somebody who's a little theatrical, a little wants to make you laugh for some reason. A little on the silly side. And she's saying that there was a lot of seriousness in her life, and she this was her way of dealing with it. And she said, I could either laugh or cry. And she said, I choose to laugh. She really did love, she's showing me books and stories and novels and um, almost like not fantasy, but I guess fiction, and really losing herself in a scenario or a scene or some other um, like she would live vicariously through other characters. I think she really liked to read. So KL, oh, she says she's the silly one. You're the silly one, KL, not your sister. Okay. You're the silly one. Did she like to read? And it's hard for me to tell whether she's saying it's her or you. Um, can you tell me? Do you remember? Do you have? Does this sound like her? Let me see if there's anything else. Paulette, can you tell me a little bit more that?
Yeah.
She's saying it sounds like me. I may be picking up only on you, KL, when I'm picking up a energy. Mark, are you getting anything? And I'll keep.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little odd. So, um, was Paulette wasn't gay, was she? She's talking to me about relationships when she was on Earth and that they didn't go great for her. So I don't know. So like she gives me this bad guy card, like as if wasn't great with relationships, but I also get the female card. So it could be a girl, it could be same sex, but that there was somehow in the relationship department, um, she didn't feel very, oh, a terrible,
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel very successful. And that was always kind of a battle and didn't really work. There was a little bit of muddiness when it came to relationships or partnerships, kind of unlucky in love, never really quite, because this heart's upside down. Oh, yeah, terrible love life, never really quite matching up. And that was something that kind of um, was a mystery or something she couldn't quite get a handle of. Because then they give me the blue and pink cards, so it's the male and female. But there was still just not quite making that connection. Um, so I was wondering a little bit about even same sex or something, and it doesn't really say that in these cards necessarily. You could think of it that way, but there's like some kind of confusion about love, relationships, finding one that works the whole time. And that was a lot of what she did when she was on Earth. And she didn't quite ever get that figured out, as far as she can say. That was something she had to look at on the other side. Okay, not gay. Great. So that's why we got boy and girl here. It's just that trying to figure out how do you make that one, instead of it being here's one over here and there's one over there, how do you come together? Um, and that's kind of where I'm getting that sex energy. It's like the masculine and the feminine. Um, we're at odds. I can't make it go nicely together. And so maybe she thought it'd be easier if I was gay. Maybe that's what she thought. Or she thought I've been barking up the wrong tree the whole time or something. But that was kind of a big struggle in her life. So maybe she's just saying that so that it's her that's coming through, because that was something that took up a lot of her energy.
She did say she was a single mom and a mom and a dad for her kids.
Right. She was all alone. She was the hermit doing it. Look, I love that, sisters doing it for themselves. But she had to go be the number one. The hermit is like you do it all on your own. You look for within, for the strength to do it. She felt a little like this one's in a cocoon there, but felt injured or hurt by partners. And this was an issue her whole time, I feel like. Right. So, but what would you like to tell KL? I get all about your story. I'm getting that. But is there a message you'd like to give to KL today?
Can I jump in?
Yes, please do.
So I'm just getting that she's saying that she's not missing. It feels like you keep saying you're missing her. She's missing. She's missing. And she just wants to reassure you and let you know that she's not missing. I'm not sure if you say these words or people say these words, or if maybe that was something around her passing. But she said she's not missing. She felt like she was very empathic and had a deep sense of emotions and people around her. She was very sensitive. And she showed me buckets. She has buckets of love for her and you and her kids. And she said that she feels the buckets of emotion that she was carrying, and she feels the buckets of emotion that is left behind. She just wants you to know that she's not missing. I feel as though there's like this blank space where she was and she's no longer there, but she says, I am still here. I want to reassure you that I am still here and I'm still with you and I still love you. Our connection, we're still sisters. That has not changed. And she just wants to thank you for the generosity and the way you stepped in and helped her kids and helped to take care of things after she passed. She said that she is extremely grateful. I'm not sure if you didn't always see eye to eye when she was here in this world because of the difficulty she had to go through, but she's saying that when she did pass, she said you did not hesitate to go right in and help with taking care of her things, taking care of, you know, the aftermath of her passing. She just wants to thank you, and that just that missing. I am not missing. She just really wants to reaffirm that. Um,
Yeah.
uh, she said, "I just want to tell her I'm sorry I couldn't save her." Oh,
Yeah. Well, that wasn't really your job. But when I asked, can you tell me what you want to say to her? She does say that she communicates with you. She does try to communicate with you. So she gives me the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. And so, that's that using your psychic ability. The High Priestess would be like that connection between spirit and earth. So she says she talks to you that way. And then on this Ace of Swords, it's interesting because that would be mental, but see how she's pointing right into her brain, and she's got this little thing spraying, like the needle's going right through the head. So I feel like she communicates with you telepathically. Like sometimes you might feel like you hear her, or she's right there. She's trying to communicate through your psychic abilities, and she's there with you. She also thinks she was a little envious of you in life, that you, in some ways, had it together a little more. Um, and she appreciates that, but she says sometimes I was a little bit envious of it, um, because it seemed like you just had it all together. And I know this is a weird Nine of Pentacles energy card, but sort of that when she looked to you, you looked like you had it, and you knew how to do it, and you weren't just being who you were was easier for you than it was for her, she thinks.
oh, wow.
So she admires you a lot, um, especially from the other side. And I don't know, I think she, you know, is working on communicating, like talking to you or giving you a message or something like that. So if you feel like, oh, that sounded like my sister, it is her. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Really nice. Well, we're sorry for your loss, Paulette, or sorry, KL. And Paulette is a beautiful soul, and she's going to be continuing to connect with you for sure. Really beautiful. Well, thank you very much. We are coming to the end of our show here. And Mark, you're going to be on again later on this afternoon.
Right.
Um,
4 o'clock Eastern.
4 o'clock Eastern on Spirit Whisperer. Just put in those 2 words. You'll connect with Mark right away.
Right.
And you'll be answering questions about anything. You take
Any
questions.
topic today. Yeah, today is Ask Anything Day.
And
So 4
it's a,
o'clock, come over there. If we didn't get you here, you can try me over there.
absolutely. But I want to make sure that Mark gets some rest before his next show. And I want to thank you very much, Mark, for coming. And Mark comes back and visits me every month or so. And I really appreciate it. And I really learned so much.
I
You
love it.
have such an experience, a bank of experience, and such knowledge and expertise. And I love your abilities. I love reading together and collaborating. It's
Yeah, I
a
really love reading together. I love reading with you, Jean. It's always great.
That's sweet. And KL says, wonderful. Thank you very much. You're
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 welcome, hon.
you're
I hope
welcome.
that was helpful.
Yeah.
She wanted to talk a lot about her for me. I never know what they're going to do. That's what makes it fascinating for me, I think. And I like doing mediumship, and I get more of an opportunity here with you, so I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you everybody for being here, whether you're here for the first time or you're here every time. We appreciate each and every one of you. We want to thank you for all of your support, and we look forward to seeing you again. I will be back on my channel tomorrow with Scott, Scorpio's Sun Tarot, and please come on over and check that out. We'd love to see you there. And Mark, again, have a wonderful Saturday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Yep. Bye, guys. Love you all. Thank you.
Bye-bye.